How are you? So even though I can't hear your answer, you can hear your answer. You can hear what you're thinking. You can feel what you're feeling. So no matter what your answer is, I hope that you're well. So I wanted to share a transparent moment with you that I have been able to unfold prior to this video. So before I dive into that, I want to tell you about how I prepared for my day. So I really didn't know what I was going to wear today. Usually I'll let the day just guide me to see how I feel, to decide on what I decide to wear. And today I decided to wear this outfit. So as I look at this outfit, I reminisced on the last moment that I wore this exact outfit. And the last day that I wore this exact outfit was the day that I experienced a major panic attack. And this experience, that experience that happened was one of the most, I'll say, first a little bit different, or a lot of bit different, scary, confusing. Wasn't fully able to describe all of the things that I was feeling. And it uncovered a lot of pain. And even in those times when I had that moment that seemed so painful and so traumatic, I got through it because obviously I'm here being able to tell you about it. Even after it happened, sometimes there were moments that I was still carrying that I had yet to release from myself. And that's what I'm doing today. So being in that moment where I had that panic attack, and there were some things that were resurfacing, such as me thinking negative things about myself and thinking that the outside sources or people that I loved, they thought the same negative things, and it was just so overwhelming. Like, has the pain that you have experienced, even though you experienced it, has there ever been a time where the pain just got too loud? That was one of those days for me when the pain got too loud, because it could have just started from one moment. But then I began to create more moments in my mind that caused a self-infliction of pain that I wanted to avoid, and it was no longer avoidable in my body. I know that sounds a little weird, but it's really true, because I'm a person that usually, I don't like to be in confrontation. I don't like to yell. I don't like to be upset. I don't even like to hurt. I don't like to hurt. I can sometimes be silent, very silent. And my silence can seem as if it is being hurtful, but at the same time, I noticed that it was hurting the number one person in my life, which was me. I was hurting myself the most. So back to that day when everything was happening, I was just feeling so lost and not understanding why I was feeling as if I had to run away from myself, but I could not, because you can't run away from yourself. You can't run away from your pain. You can't run from it. And you can try to hold out and leave things be. And at the same time, even though it seemed as if it was scary for me, God was there the entire time to reassure me that this is nothing that you have to run away from. That was what I had to realize, that it was nothing that you had to run away from. And even as I'm sharing this right now, even as I'm sharing this story right now, I'm pushing through the reservations. I'm pushing through the negative thoughts. I'm pushing through the what ifs. I'm pushing through any type of thoughts, because I've allowed myself to be completely shameless about anything that I've been through, anything that I've experienced in my entire life. Because my deepest desire is for my change to help someone else change. And the thing about the stories in your life is that they are meant to be told. Not in a way of you shaming yourself, not in a way of you being in a space of you thinking that you're just telling your business. You will find your way to share your story. You will find your way to present your testimony to other people to inspire. And that is, again, why I'm doing this. So that day when everything was happening, I remember talking to two people that day and calling them and telling them, I feel like something's wrong, something's going on. I jumped in the car, didn't have any idea where I was going, didn't have a clue as to where I was going. I just felt the need to run without knowing where to go at this point. Never been that person in my life, never had that experience of running and not knowing where to run. And I'm so grateful that God sent angels every single moment of the way. When I tried to run away or feel depleted or feel as if things were over, God was like, no. Like, hey, you need to know that it's okay to feel overwhelmed. And I didn't even know in my body that I was so overwhelmed. Because I'm usually so positive to the point where sometimes that positivity is not even going through my body. Like I'll say, everything's okay, but subconsciously I'm just not receiving it. So that is why you have to deal with the pain. And that day, God allowed me to deal with the pain. He allowed me to deal with the mirrors that I thought were in front of me. And even in those times, those things were true. I really did think some of those things of myself. So when I had those negative moments of thinking those things about myself, God came right around to reassure me that no, these things aren't true. And life goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. You have all these experiences to the point where you become exhausted. And I had to be okay with admitting that spiritually and mentally I was exhausted. I strived so much with wanting to achieve something, wanting to be my best, not just for myself, but for people that I love, to be a better example. And I'm 32, just 32, And some of the things that I experienced, which were very, very harsh things, I didn't even realize that I was that young in age and that it was that much. Because in my mind, I'm thinking that I'm just so mature and that, hey, I can just get through this, But your body is telling you another thing. So to this present moment right now, when I woke up and I was able to put this outfit back on, not planning it. It was not planned at all. I had a moment of feeling a little anxious, like, should I put this on? Because the last time I put this on, it was, what was it? That was what God said to me. What was it? What was it? Describe it to me. What was it? And before I said anything, before I allowed anything negative to come out of me, I waited. I waited because I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was saying. Even though it seemed like a painful moment, it was also a gift. It was a gift more than anything. I used to be afraid of a lot of things, of feeling that if I don't say anything, if I don't address it, if I don't speak on it again, it'll just go away. That's not how healing works. That's not how releasing works, because you have to get it out, And it is a brave thing to even do this. So for anyone, as you're watching this video, I want you to know, as you're reflecting on your story and as you're hearing mine, know that it is a brave thing that you are allowing yourself to go through. It is a brave thing. And for me to be in that moment, in that space where my temperature was, I believe, 102 or something like that. My temperature was very high. I was very dehydrated. And I'm sitting there feeling like I'm able to tell my story to the people that are in front of me, telling them exactly what is happening in my mind. And yet there's like a battle. And God gave me a moment to choose, to decide. Are you going to continue to have this battle in your mind? Are you going to continue to think these negative things of yourself and think that these people on the outside, even if they believe whatever they believe, it doesn't matter, that what you think, that it matters more than what you think of you? And I was grateful that I was allowed to make that choice, and I knew that my choice was mine, and I knew that my choice freed me, that pain that day, that pain in those other days, those old days, they were gifts. I just heard someone say that at a video that I looked at previously, and she said, your pain was a gift. And it was like, who knew? Did you know that your pain is also a gift? I didn't know that. I know that it comes with lessons, but to consider it as something that can first hurt. And even in the process, as that pain is healing, it can still hurt a little bit, but it hurts less and less and less, and then it becomes okay. It's okay. So to the present day, with me wearing this outfit, I wanted to keep it on before I go and change my clothes, so that I'm being fully authentic. Like I'm like so emotional today, in a good way. Let me not say good, because we're so used to saying good or bad. I'll just say in a freeing way. Because as easy as it is for some of us to scroll, we get so caught up in being comfortable with just scrolling and hearing people talk. And I have been one of those people, to just not feel or believe that that some of this stuff is real. People that share their experiences in this way, with this much authenticity, is real. Your healing is real. Your story is real. Your pain is real too. And so is the reassurance. And so is the comfort. And so is the love that tries to come back in to just let you know that everything is fine, that you will be okay. I don't regret any experience that I've had in my life. I've done a lot of things before the age of 32. And I had to take a moment to thank the old versions of myself. When I used to condemn her sometimes, I used to be like, girl, you've done some stuff. You've been here, you've been there. And in times, most times when people did not know, I wasn't anywhere. I was accomplishing things, but I was also suffering the most and sacrificing the most. And I used to say, like, I'd rather suffer with God than without him. And that's true. I still stand to that. There were times when I wanted to, do things that were not going to feed me. Did you hear that? I wanted to do things that were not going to feed me. Like you have that feeling of knowing that it wasn't going to feed you and you still desired to do it just to be a part of something, to not feel alone, until I learned that it was okay to be alone, because I was never really alone. Like you're never alone. I was never alone. So for anyone who's watching this video, I sincerely thank you for first watching, for first allowing yourself to search for something that can help you be the change that you wish to see. Now, this change was not easy. Going through that panic attack that day, I was surrounded by my family, like my blood family. I couldn't have wanted it any other way. And I also had family, like soul family with me too. And again, I wouldn't have had it in any other way, because God positioned me. I'm not gonna cry. And if I do cry, it's okay, because I don't mind crying. Like God positioned me to be shameless. You know, I can put on the pretty face, I can smile, I can be like, yeah, I'm good. And you just may believe it and go on. But inside, I was really suffering mentally sometimes. So I am thankful for those people that were there that day, that gave me the comfort in knowing that it was okay. It was okay to be shameless. It was okay to not feel okay. It was okay to not understanding what was going through your body. You know, like your heart's beating a little fast, you're talking a little fast, you're shaking. What's going on? I have no idea. Until God gave me the answer, that I was just overwhelmed. Overwhelmed with trying to achieve. Overwhelmed with trying to achieve when I had already won, you know, like I had already graduated. I was just feeling like there's more. Okay, you can do more, you can do more, you can do more, you can do more, you can do more. Just not being able to know that I can bask in everything that I had healed from already. I didn't know that I could do that. And I could have that peace in knowing that you can be okay with resting. You know, this overachieving, this hyper independent life that I know that I have been surrounded by, and I'm sure many other people have been surrounded by, now is breaking down for a lot of people in their 30s, probably late 20s too. But I ask one thing of you: let it break you down. And it ain't gonna break you down in no bad way. It's not gonna break you down in a way. It may feel bad, yeah. Let's be real. It'll feel bad. It'll feel like, what in the world is going on? Because I felt like that some days. If you allow yourself if you allow yourself to hold on to the vision, if you allow yourself to stay committed to the healing, you will free yourself in ways that you did not know you had to free yourself. I'm so grateful that I pushed myself to do this. I didn't even know I was going to make this video today. I didn't even know, like I said, I was going to wear this today. But I'm so proud of myself for doing it because, you know, we see these people that, you know, we admire their strength. How could they do this? Because they fight through the pain. And I'm one of those people too. And knowing that whatever it is that I got to go through, I'm going to get through that door. I wrote something today and I want to share it with you guys. Give me a second. I'm going to go get my notebook real quick. So I write every single day. I write every day. And today, this is what I wrote. It says, God, thank you for this day of peace. Thank you for this day of love. Thank you for the angels that you encamp around me, surrounding me with reassurance, faith, and hope to this present moment right now, which matters the most. Thank you for the beautiful birds that sing to me, sending me musical notes that only I can interpret from you. They tell me everything is okay now, that the present is a present. I'm grateful for the experiences that strengthened me in knowing that you were my guiding light to freedom. You are my guiding light to freedom. I found freedom in me from you and with you. I wear these clothes today as a badge of honor and knowing that this experience, this day, the old version of me died that day. And the new version of me was birthed. I laid her to rest with no remorse. I laid her to rest with tears and no regrets. She deserved to be at rest so that the new version of her could live, which is me now, with bravery and no shame, with love and no resentment, with a childlike faith and no adulted pessimism. From the inside out, I freed me. I faced me. I forgave me. I saved me. Y'all, never would have thought the experiences that I went through, I had to go through. I never would have thought. I never would have thought that I would be comforting myself so much and be in a space of peace with God, knowing that I was guided the whole time. The whole time. On 11/11, I had that panic attack. On November 25th, I graduated college. Well, I graduated on my birthday, September 1st, had the panic attack on November 11th, had my graduation on November 25th. I got through it with all faith, knowing that I was safe within myself, knowing that God would keep me, knowing that I was safe with the people that were around me this time. It matters so much to feel safe, not only within yourself, with the people that you surround yourself with. Because when you are on this healing journey, you are exchanging energies. You're exchanging faith. You're exchanging love. And I was grateful to know that every single person that was there that day, that spoke life back into me, that prayed for me, that believed me, that saw me, that didn't judge me, they were there. So I say all this to say, people say, I say all that to say, I do say all that to say that, yes, your pain is a gift. I thank her for that. I thank her for that. And I thank you guys for watching. I'm just overwhelmed with joy. I'm so proud of myself. I'm thankful for how the day has panned out. I'm thankful that I was brave enough to do this video, and that I know going forward to just encourage people to be shameless. Be shameless about your story. Be shameless about these experiences that you are having, and know that they shape up to be a wonderful revelation, full of wonder. Wonderful. Like, it's something to reflect on and to know that you will get through it. However colorful it may seem, somebody needs to hear it. It may be me. So, thank you. I love you. And take care of you. Take care of you. Bye. So I write every single day. I write every day. And today, this is what I wrote. It says, God, thank you for this day of peace. Thank you for this day of love. Thank you for the angels that you encamp around me, surrounding me with reassurance, faith, and hope to this present moment right now, which matters the most. Thank you for the beautiful birds that sing to me, sending me musical notes that only I can interpret from you. They tell me everything is okay now, that the present is a present. I'm grateful for the experiences that strengthened me in knowing that you were my guiding light to freedom. You are my guiding light to freedom. I found freedom in me from you and with you. I wear these clothes today as a badge of honor, and knowing that this experience, this day, the old version of me died that day. And the new version of me was birthed. I laid her to rest with no remorse. I laid her to rest with tears and no regrets. She deserved to be at rest so that the new version of her could live, which is me now, with bravery and no shame, with love and no resentment, with a childlike faith and no adulted pessimism. From the inside out, I freed me. I faced me. I forgave me. I saved me. Y'all, never would have thought the experiences that I went through, I had to go through. I never would have thought. I never would have thought that I would be comforting myself so much and be in a space of peace with God, knowing that I was guided the whole time. The whole time. On 11/11, I had that panic attack. On November 25th, I graduated college. Well, I graduated on my birthday, September 1st. Had the panic attack on November 11th. Had my graduation on November 25th. I got through it with all faith, knowing that I was safe within myself, knowing that God would keep me, knowing that I was safe with the people that were around me this time. It matters so much to feel safe, not only within yourself, with the people that you surround yourself with. Because when you are on this healing journey, you are exchanging energies. You're exchanging faith. You're exchanging love. And I was grateful to know that every single person that was there that day, that spoke life back into me, that prayed for me, that believed me, that saw me, that didn't judge me, they were there. So I say all this to say, people say, I say all that to say. I do say all that to say that, yes, your pain is a gift. I thank her for that. I thank her for that. And I thank you guys for watching. I'm just overwhelmed with joy. I'm so proud of myself. I'm thankful for how the day has panned out. I'm thankful that I was brave enough to do this video, and that I know going forward to just encourage people to be shameless. Be shameless about your story. Be shameless about these experiences that you are having, and know that they shape up to be a wonderful revelation, full of wonder. Wonderful. Like, it's something to reflect on and to know that you will get through it. However colorful it may seem, somebody needs to hear it. It may be me. So, thank you. I love you. And take care of you. Take care of you. Bye.